Good luck.
Alright, this is after the rack step goes, which means I'll be going through all the tracks and beat all the step goes. And anyone who might have played this game knows that they are usually pretty tough. You can see the difference with me and the step ghost in on the top right of the screen. On this track I initially get quite ahead of the step ghost because I have a high acceleration setting and I can slide around corners and gain a lot of speed right in the wheel.
Yeah, and you have a much faster start because of the top acceleration setting.
Yeah. And the step ghost has a setting for high top speed, so we usually gain a bit of time, like on these long straights.
Yeah.
It's usually a bit more relaxing for me to play this mode than the GP.
And the death finish.
Yeah, the time isn't really that good because I some energy problems, but it's no major thing. It's a few tenths. Right, the step ghost on silence is surprisingly difficult to beat. I'll try this with slider settings as well. What that does mean that I need to get a perfect real grind.
So this is the most important grind.
Nice, and that will go.
Is that good enough?
Yeah, I will make it.
How much do you need to be ahead? Let one finish?
I don't know, usually it's about like a second or a little more.
A little less? I don't know.
But I'll do some mini dives at the end of the boost lap, so that's really make it a safe win.
Alright.
That's a bit of a safe way to do the dive. You can see the step ghost already gained some time on me because he has a much higher top speed. But now I also have high speed because I did some dive. Alright. On this run you lose a bit
So
of
you're
time if I get a top 5 rank time on the cartridge. So.
You're too lazy to type in your name?
No, it's faster to not type
No,
in my name.
Oh, and you only did speedruns with it, with this cartridge? Or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
On this track you can go either sliding or top speed, but I chose top speed because it's a little easier for me. And then I should get some good tunnel dive. So used to sliding.
Wilson's putting up a fight.
Yeah.
Make it. There was no room for error anymore though, after the fight exit.
No, my first level was really bad. So.
Yeah. Because you try to glide.
Yeah. I was so used to sliding. Well, the last lap was good. Alright, that was fourth, that's a typical slider track. Those were much better if you the boost. It does mean that I get a little bit more energy out of the refill tunnel because I pass through it slower. So that will help me on this part. Alright, easy win.
I see the sicko threat again for Big Blue.
Definitely, this is time attack, so should go for it. This is one of the riskiest strats in the whole run.
That was nice. Ish.
Well, I didn't really get a good bounce, but as long as you make it, you win all the time.
Yeah, so the step ghost will not pose a problem here. In general, I think the more technically demanding the track is, or the strategy is, the more margin you will have.
This is a good dive.
That was really good. Almost too good.
It's not so easy to keep good grip, like control on the cylinder part, high speed. Yeah, that was not a really good landing.
A little reversal. Still beating the step ghost by over 10 seconds. Kappa.
Still 14 seconds faster. Yeah, that was the diving angle wasn't good, but somehow I survived.
A little bit of ice there, dangerous. Take note how he flies through the building, usually. Yep, again.
Alright.
That was good enough.
Sector Alpha is a real pain to beat. This is probably the hardest step ghost. There's a very specific dive that you can set up, and with it you can easily win, but it's very hard to land. This one.
No CPU traffic though. So.
No, that makes it a lot better, but it's still really tricky to get that one.
Also, if you go too fast on that section and don't press down,
Now I
fly
didn't
off.
get it, so I'll lose some time now. Now, you can see it's really
you have enough margin.
a really specific setup. I hope I have enough margin.
going to be a tight goal. No. Okay, I was just getting hyped.
Yeah, so just getting one good dive in can help you beat the staff ghost. But yeah, it's one of the harder ones. The setup for that dive is super specific.
Yeah, what happened now is that you missed the zipper twice, I think. Or
Yeah, just barely. You can also get it without the zipper, but it's very precise. This step poses no problem, it's just try and get the max out of the track. Alright, Devil's Force 2 is a fun track, but it can be hard. I'm gonna try a bit more advanced track.
No air ground glitch though, I hope.
No.
CGN seduced you to do it at HDQ.
I practiced it for a bit, but I couldn't get it like really consistent.
There we go.
Yeah, missing that zipper there, which is really hard to get, makes the dive much harder.
Still made it.
UCD2 is a fun little track. It usually focuses not much of a problem, unless I like crash in one of the corners, which can provide some energy problems near the end of the race.
I'm guessing these ghost percent ones, you've got several deadless ones, or not? More than you would in GP.
No.
No?
I
You
only
take
got
more
a
risks?
handful of deadless runs, so because I really try to go for all the hard strategies, and that's usually the problem in GP as well.
Nice.
Alright, solid win. Next up is,
Sub-minute.
yeah. Next up is Big Blue 2. This is a really short track, and you can do like a couple of pretty hard dives on it that save very little time.
And of course we're going to do them.
Well, at least the first one.
Tunnel dive.
That saves the most time, I think.
Right.
You can do some more on the like on this part where you do like a really hard dive, but it saves like a second max if you do it in both laps. It's not really worth it.
Is there still the one track where Daniel Z has denied the world record, or are there more now?
I know that this world record is, I think, still held by a Finnish player called Westy. It's really getting perfect dives and then no mistakes. Just play like this.
But they play the sissy version.
Yeah, you can do like a slider strategy on this track as well, where you do some really cool, I would say, diving and flying around on near the end of the lap. But then you have to work with jump plates, and you hit them so fast that they really tend to glitch out, and that's an instant death. So because of that, it's just really not possible to get it consistent due to the programming of the game. I'm playing like this, which isn't much slower anyway.
So what happens is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, that you're going too fast, so that you're buffering through the jump plates, so that your vehicle is actually never registered on the jump plate.
Yeah, that's the problem. If you hit a jump plate like in between frames that are displayed, they count as not hitting it, and you just go straight through it.
The faster you go, the more likely it is to occur.
Yeah.
It also means that going for the fastest strategy, so if you want to go for the world record, it's a complete pain in the ass, especially on Mutually 3 as well.
Yeah, that's just a bit of a lottery, because you just have to go max speed all the way and just hope that you hit it. This one, Firefield. Firefield is one of the hardest tracks, but also one of the most fun tracks to play. You can really go nuts on this with the dives, and the whole track is a bit of a chain reaction. If you go fast on one dive, you can go fast on the next, and vice versa.
It applies to the game as a whole, but more specific on this track in particular.
Yeah, that last dive is the hardest one. You really have to go really fast to get something out of it. That's a really solid run for like a one try.
You were grinding this earlier, right?
Yeah, this track a little bit. To beat CGN's time, we're still second on my cartridge.
But not first.
Not first. Alright, this is like a perfect slider track at this first corner. You gain a lot of speed if you can slide around that.
Also again, WMJ's right. Checkpoint.
That's a stupid dad. I kind of saw it coming.
Being too greedy.
A little bit, I think. really nice. It's pretty tricky to like hit the refill zone perfectly after diving. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Sector Beta Hype. This is really probably my hardest track to get consistent because you can do so many crazy things on it. I guess I'll just go for it at least once. But I might get stuck on this track.
So there's 3 blind dives and 2 loop skips that you can do.
Yep. His blind dive is like one of the trickiest ones.
Let's get 5-5 on those. That was nice. Fingers crossed. We got this. Ooh.
It's always close.
Oh, still have enough speed? The answer is yes. Is it? Yep. Got it. Oh, ever the show, man.
107 is like really good.
That is insane, especially with the death finish, the boot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna take some beating. I think that will be the highlight of the run, to be honest.
Might be.
We'll see though. Still some cool tracks ahead. Like
This is so nice to play, like not in GP mode. That was a bit dodgy, but
that was a bit awkward.
Still made it. You have to fly a specific trajectory to hit the checkpoints in the air. Still cut so much of the track. That's pretty good actually. Wildland 2 is really tough to get consistent. Probably after Sector Beta, I would say this is the hardest track to get consistent on.
I remembered when I first entered in the SRX community. One of the first few videos that I watched was a TS run of this going backwards with the Blue Falcon.
That is possible in this track.
And it was still like 40 seconds or something silly. That really blew my mind.
Nice. I got through it.
Yep.
It's probably
4-2.
It's probably just as hard as it looks. To me it looks hard anyway.
If it looks hard to you,
But
it's probably hard.
But it is hard, trust me.
This track potentially also has a lot of
Yeah.
height.
So this is one of them, like the RNG based tracks, or well, not really RNG, but
I think
like randomness, because the jump plates can glitch out if you go too fast.
I think when this one is done right, it is the most
Epic to
visually
watch.
appealing one to
Yeah.
watch. But you need a lot of speed for the really advanced stuff. And luck with the jump plates. Like so.
Might as well do it like this.
Holy smokes. Die! Oh, damn it. Well, still looking for... What's the plan here? Okay.
Go fast and die.
Salvage. Oh, that led two though. Yeah.
Yeah, this is cool too.
I was saying earlier that Sector Beta was the undoubted highlight of the run, but maybe lap 2 of this one was also up for contention.
Alright, Rainbow Road is one of my favorite tracks, probably. It's really fun. Only the first dive is a problem because you cannot really see where you're going and just like gamble it a bit.
Yeah, if you would try that and if Zero X, you just fall through the track because it's a checkpoint system.
Yeah, you cannot really like land like Mario Kart like
But
on
there's the shift
another
boost.
part of the track because the checkpoint will kill you. My energy should be good enough. It's a bit hard to see.
It's not a ball
It's
squeezer.
always hard to see in Rainbow Road. Yeah, normally we do 2 boosts here, but I do 1 because I need to conserve my energy a bit. This can.
That was okay though. I mean,
Nah, it's
Can
a bit
go a
of
lot
it's a bit
faster.
of a slow dive, but
Yeah.
it's safe. Why give it away now?
it's also, I find it pretty hard to get the angle right after the
Yeah,
dive.
this-
The slide.
It's some of those things you just have to practice a lot, but
Yeah.
because it's a bit of a gamble to get that angle. Still sub 140.
So, the next track, we get to stay on the ground for a change.
Pretty much. You can do some small tunnel dives, but then you really have to get a perfect angle or you're dead. And it saves like 1 or 2 seconds
Over the whole run, yeah.
on this track. So over the whole run it's not really worth it. Because it's, unless you can get it 100%, but I never get it 100% consistent. Because you come in like through this tunnel in an angle and
Oh,
have to get the dive. The first lap dive is a little easier than on the
we had
boost
some
lap.
air going.
Yeah, on the boost lap you go much faster. The dive is different.
It was funny, if you blinked you missed it probably, or if there was a screen clip, but you could see the staff ghost driving on top there.
The step ghost also slides on this track. It's perfect. for
Yeah, there
sliding.
went again.
Right. That's about as good as it gets without doing those dives. Extra dives. Faceplant is the last like YOLO track of the run. You can do a lot of crazy things here. Why did I not get it? I thought my speed was high enough.
It's a very specific angle for.
Yeah, you need like 960. I thought I had it, but apparently just barely did not.
Probably as close as it gets, not getting it.
Yeah. You need to hold down as well while sliding in an angle, which makes it accurate.
And again, this game being chain reaction based, that affects the entire first lap.
Yeah, if you lose like 8 to 10 seconds. Couldn't resist.
I think that was payback from the lap 1 miss. I haven't seen that one that much before, that was pretty high. Damn, man. Yeah. That dive towards the cylinder was R-rated material for sure.
Yeah, this track's really sliding, and then you have a little dive in the end, for which the setup is really tricky. That's a good setup. You need to get this like really extreme angle on the ship. Just a boost. Not die.
You risked it all.
Yeah, not completely, but I took a bit too much risk, I guess.
It's really the go fast or go home mindset about the rest.
4x2 is a
No
cool little track.
compromise.
You could do some glitch strat and fly around the first lap, but that's, I guess needless to say, that's really almost impossible to get consistent.
Uh-huh.
On lap 2 I always find it harder. I try not to hit the side, which makes it easier to get that flying stuff. Now I can just go for it.
Yeah, that looked a lot more comfortable.
It's a bit of a buffer for it if you have made the refills on.
still.
That chicane is like the hardest corner in the game if you go fast. Alright, last track of the staff goes run. Big hand. I think also in the 39 minutes ish.
Is the menu slower in the time attack run?
Yeah, the menu is slower, but the races are faster.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was thinking that the races would probably be faster on average without
definitely.
NPCs.
You get 1.5 seconds by default because in GP you start in the 30th position, which is
Also,
quite
yeah.
far behind the start line.
You're now driving the middle finger.
I keep distracting me with things. Alright. So I managed a little bit better than on my TP run yesterday because I have a little energy left for this. So no extreme slowdown.
Time is coming up.
Yeah. And done. Oh, that's a PB.
World record height, you mean? So we got a live world record.
Yeah. I think I only died on Silence 2, which is like the track you never die on.
That's fantastic.
Hi, all good.
Alright.
Can't ask for more, can you?
No, not really.
I need to change your mic over.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
okay. Still with some test. Yeah. So where? It should be interesting for that race. So you have to know where your opponents are.
So just to remind you that you're watching ESA, European Speedsters Assembly, and this is the yellow stream. We have just finished the Staff Ghost run of F0X, and we will move on very shortly to the Death Race.
World record height.
Yeah, world record hype.